Fudgy Bird 5 cent 500 bits.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here at Signature Esports. It's a pleasure to have you live and in charge. A little countdown to great action here, presented by Lunatic Designs. We are playoff bound here for the Chop Racing Series, Cup Series action here tonight, presented by Chopp'N Podcast. Myself and the Penguin are registered for this race, but we're not doing anything. You know, iRacing's doing some weird things. I don't know what's going on, but hey. It is round one of the playoffs. It is massive racing. And some of the best drivers you're going to see on the platform. Giving you all the action tonight. We appreciate you being out there. Thank you very much, Mr. Fan Nest, for the like. I appreciate you. Thank you again for checking out Chop. Here they are. I need to make sure that all the drivers have all the things going on. Because I wanted to make sure that all the drivers' numbers were updated and, you know, the people who were in the playoffs or showed up as playoff drivers and so on and so forth. So those things are going. Watkins Glen tonight here for your race information. Here as qualifying is still on the way. They get 10 minutes to qualify. But it is the round of 16, race 1, ball status, BB Music admin box on board. 45 lap stage completion of lap 10. It'll be the only caution you see tonight, unless there is a catastrophe that happens somewhere on the racetrack. 2.42 mile length on the raceway. You're going to see 1 minute 11 second lap times. It's just SDK updating. Brian, have fun in the booth. Yes, sir. That's it. You know, I mean, we got to do the thing. You know what I mean? Overcast skies tonight, 69% humidity. You know, the weather here is reminding me of the weather that is going on right here in the Lake of the Ozarks right now. We're about to get 5 inches of rain over the next 2 days. That's insane.
I hope you got your floaties.
I do. They're made of they're yellow and they have ducks.
You got the duck floaties. Sweet.
Duckies. Budgie, thank you for the 500 biddies, dear. I appreciate you, Mr. Van Ness. Thank you again. Thank you, Joe Garcia. Thank you, everybody, for being out there. If you haven't done so, reach up, hit that like button for me. It goes a long way to support what we do. And, of course, and always, Mr. Dudley, big old roll tide coming my way. I know it's coming soon. Stay tuned. Sports going to give us our pulse hitter today. And we'll see who's going to be able to lay down the hot lap as qualifying is still underway for the next 50 seconds. 77 degrees on the track temperature, which means the track is going to be very slippery. And, yeah. You got to watch him whip and watch him nay-nay. There's the big roll tide. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
You got to watch him whip, watch him nay-nay, watch him nay-nay. Okay, sorry.
No, we gotta.
I was actually standing up, too, so I was, like, pushing my hips either way.
There you go. Hello, Budgie. Good to see you out there, dear. Richard Murtaugh, Drive Academy is part of the PRS Setups, who is a sponsor of not Signature Sports, Chop Shop Racing. My sponsors are, well, they're going to rotate. Hold on. We're going to click the button. The button is real.
Push the button, Kronk.
There it is. Lunatic Designs, of course, Muscarella Enterprises, and, of course, Chop Shop Racing sponsor Signature Sports and all that. Hey, we do have some driver cams for that segment as well. We'll talk about them here in just a moment. How about we take a look at the starting grid? Your Stay Tuned Sports Pole Sitter is going to be Nathan Bigart. However, he is going to get he's going to go to the tail end of the field because he has a penalty as Bigart will start at the tail of the field. Michael Strickland, your outside pole sitter. John Hammond, Anthony Crowder, we're going to make up row number 2. Pat Green, Brian Finder, row number 3. Michael Caffrey, David Steiner there, row number 4. Jason Day, Cam Dario, row number 5. Derek Wegman is going to be out there with Brad Dove, row number 6. Row 7, it's going to be Chris Justice, Philip Caffrey. Craig Bridges Jr. is going to be out there with Jeremy Bailey, Jeff Laraway, David Arand, going to be out there, row 9. Row 10, the Rayburn of Nis, the Mr. Mata is going to be out there to his outside. Fred Chase, Jerry Culver out there as well. Tony Sanders is going to be the outside of row 12. I am DQ'd. Just don't kick me from the race. That's all I ask. And then we have Hayden Malcolm, Clint Hackett. Penguin is your RC. And then Brock Duty is going to be back there as well. So that'll be the factor of the race tonight as drivers load in. All the good things. Yeah, big good things.
That's not good.
What?
Oh, Houston, let me do what I need to do. For some reason, my controls for pushing buttons to make things happen is not working.
Yeah, iRacing's got a big old snafu going on right now.
I had to do it, with my walking fingers. Yeah,
man,
it's a little weird right now.
But you got an Aero 1000. Oh yeah, I don't know what in the world's going on with that. Who knows? We got bad weather. If I lose, I still have to make up a race for Sim 500 this weekend at some point. So we're gonna do that on any given one of my streams that we're gonna have to do tomorrow or Sunday. So all the cool things. I sent Budgie pictures of what we've been working on. It's pretty stinking cool. Built some decks, climbing on top of roofs. So Big Art's going to get the UL. So is Jerry Culver. He's going to be trying to tail to the field. He is running a little Carson Hocevar paint scheme, it looks like. John Hammond will cycle to the front. He will be the leader on the inside. See Michael Strickland out there as well. So how about them apples? Yeah. Drivers, whenever you see the drivers pop up on the on the NASCAR tower. The NASCAR tower is going to show them as green for playoff drivers and white for non-playoff drivers. The playoffs kind of just got set, got situated. Thank you for YouTube is okay. Thank you, Budgie. I appreciate you. You're awesome. She checks on things for me. It's pretty awesome. Big Art leads to the points, 20 points ahead of Michael Strickland. Michael Strickland, of course, the regular season champion, which is pretty stinking awesome. You gotta enjoy the the racing that doth show up, right? And I like it. I like it a lot. Let's take a look at those points real quick as I move them over. Let's make sure we don't crash OBS. Woohoo! They showed up. Big Art 7 wins on the season. Stryker had 3 wins on the season. Jason Day 2 wins of the season. David Duran has a win. Michael Matta has a win. So those are your drivers that have some extra bonus points. Caffrey all the way to Pat Green. If the round of 12 were to start tomorrow, well, that would be what you'd see. John Hammond needs a good finish here to get himself out of that red. The red is not where you want to be. It's just insane. So, thank you for the countdown to green. Again, driver cams on tonight as drivers come up and head around into NASCAR Turn 10. Chris Justice on board as we've got the drivers working. There's Clint Hackett, Little Junior Motorsports on board with that driver. I like it. I like it a lot. There's number 15, Jeremy Bailey. Pace car dives in, and there's Jason Day as my 4 driver cams from Chop Shop. Get ready. They're going. They're doing it. We're green. Yeah. Turn 1's going to be busy. Who's going to park it 3 wide? Who's going to be 4 wide? We'll be 2x2 for Strickland and John Hammond. Hammond on a cycle is going to be able to roll uphill into the S's. Turn 2 rolling. Brad Dove leaving pit lane himself right now, so he is going to do what he can. John Hammond a half second over Michael Strickland. Pat Green's going to be up 2. Michael Caffrey up 3. We'll see some of the road ringers for the GT3 series get out there. Let's go for the Budgie Bird again. Caution will be thrown. Oh, Stryker off track, having an issue there. Cam Dario working. Philip Caffrey working. Everybody. Oh, David Steiner right in the middle of all of that. 94 to the inside. Fred Chase, 63. Holy cow, there's so many off tracks right there. SDK went, what? Yeah, here's what happened. Getting into the corner. Hammond locked up the brakes. Had to slow down for the corner. So Mr. Caffrey had an off track as well. There's a 77 at Anthony Crownover on the inside. That inside lane didn't brake very well for that driver, for Cam Dario as well. 66 at Philip Caffrey. Everybody missing the chicane. Chris Justice able to roll around. So everybody's good. We try to minimize the damage on these drivers. John Hammond to Pat Green, 1.2 second difference here as stage points would matter here. Thank you for the clip, Budgie. Appreciate you. 2 of 45. Hammond to Green. All right. All right, Derek Wegman, the only non-playoff driver out there inside the top 10. Penguin and myself are out. You know. Jason Day back here. He's going to see Cam Derry rolling. David Durand up 8. Chris Justice up 2. Big Art from the back to the front. Had a few drivers start from pit road, so he was able to, or at least one driver start from pit road. That would be Brad Dove. 19 seconds to gap. Jerry Culver just ahead of Jeff Laraway there in the 71. Brian Rayburn up front, up in that 23rd spot, 6th and 4th. Aiden Malcolm up 3, biggest movers of the race. Up 8, Brock Duty. Up 8, Clint Hackett. David Durant's going to be up 8 as well. Glad of doing it. What's up, Muscarella? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I thought I prefaced it. How about Big Art? 113 flat. Quick get himself to the front. Trying to do it very quickly here. 8-second deficit between he and John Hammond. Hammond with a little bit of clean air. We'll see Pat Green try to wiggle the car a little bit to get in the corner. Is closed in a half second on that onto the bus stop here. Maximum effort. Yep. Don't I have the track? Oh, I do. There it is. Bam! Track map. All right, the NASCAR section here, coming around turn 10, turn 11. Got to remember that we basically go from the outer loop to turn 10 and turn 11. This track map is so funny. 4 laps complete. Our lap 4 being completed, 3 laps complete, as we would see. Brian Fine, 112.41. That was his last lap. Big Art resting right behind the 5-1 of David Durant, who's got some significant nose damage on the car. The great thing about it is that with the pace laps, they're going to be coming up. Ooh, baby. They're running tied up through the S's. With the pace laps are going to be coming up, a chance for that damage to get fixed as long as he keeps himself with a good relative here. Cam Dario looking to the back bumper of Anthony Crown over there. Derek Wegman also in the middle of that portion. Jason Day, we'll see Nathan Bigart all over the back bumper. Bigart being aggressive early here. He's going to try to keep that track position. So fuel mileage should be fine. This shouldn't be a fuel mileage race. Bigart 7.8 back. Pat Green 3/4 of a second. You saw Hammond a little bit of left sides off the tire, off the track there. Michael Strickland right there to the back bumper of the 90. 4 laps complete, 5 underway. Again, completion of lap 10. Ryan Fine 112.33. Bigart 112.62. We'll see if his lap holds 112.54. But not the fastest driver on the racetrack currently. Eric Wegman 114.04. Ryan Fine touch faster. Sees Michael Caffrey just ahead. Caffrey behind a couple of drivers here trying to get into the uphill section up through the S's. John Hammond stretching out the hand. Give himself a little bit of love. Get down tonight. Get down tonight. Cam Dario to the inside of Anthony Crownover. Crownover into the braking zone. Wheel hops for the 11 of the 01. 01 looking for the travel on the inside. Closer he gets to the front, the more that this racetrack starts to show up. Derek Wegman trying to hold on. Sees Anthony Crownover shoot to the inside. Try to make him overthink the corner. Wegman free in front of the 27. Cam Dario trying to defend back there. Dario to the 01 all the way out. Right now, Anthony Crownover to 6th. Derek Wegman back to 7th. Here comes Nathan Bigart into turn 1. The 11 of Cam Dario trying to battle back here with the 01. 01 to the outside of the 39. It's going to be forced all the way out to the outside. Up through the S's. Wegman. We'll see a surge of the 01. Nathan Bigart just fast right now. Brian Fine sees Pat Green and Michael Strickland. Strickland wheel hops the bus stop. Gets into the grass a little bit there. Pat Green back to the outside. Stryker having to give up the time, but still trying to race forward. 4-car battle here for second. As Pat Green drives backwards here just a little bit. Michael Strickland 2.2. John Hammond trying to pull away. Anthony Crownover. We'll see the 01 working the corner. Crownover into the turn 10. Ooh, baby. The 01. Buffalo's is way up front. 27 drag race here. Turn 1 about to be busy. 01's 27. Seeing it happen. Caffrey. Strickland all the way out, down into the S's. 77. We'll see the 88 rolling. So Bigart having to go from the back to the front. Jeff Laraway, last driver on the lead lap, 71. Coming around turn 10. 7 of 45 being completed. John Hammond, 3-second lead. As Bigart ran a 112.71. John Hammond's fastest lap, 112.72. Anthony Crownover, 113.25, his last time by. And he is trying to push here. Cam Dario, 1:14.54 last time by. RB, thank you for the like, sir. Massive undertaking. Massive. All right. All right. Good things. You know. Give it a rent. Seeing Derek Wegman here. Going to be there to the outside. Chris Justice just behind. Big Art 1:12.04. It's 1:12.88 for Anthony Crownover. So Big Art has caught the 5.2 second difference here. Michael Caffrey, 1:13.14 his last time by. John Hammond trying to mash the gas right now. 88 sees the 5.7 behind Brian Fine. Pat Green in fifth. Big Art is catching some pace here. No doubt would be one of the drivers to beat. John Hammond just needs to be smooth. Hit his marks. Will be 2 to go at the line for the stage. As everybody trying to push out and do what they can. 3/4 second for Anthony Crownover. But behind him, 2.3 back is going to be Cam Dario. Relative margin, Big Art, Brian Fine. Brian Fine back up 2 spots to fourth. But Pat Green right here holding on to fifth to the PepsiCo driver. 1.5 second deficit here. 1:12.74 for Caffrey. 1:12.53. How about Nathan Big Art? 1:11.58. As he catches back up. He'll be there to the inside. Pat Green giving him the room. Just lets him go. So Big Art, if he's running 2 seconds a lap faster than the drivers ahead of him, that's a battle that we might see for the lead. 1.4 second deficit here as Caffrey has Brian Fine and Michael Strickland all over his back bumper. And just in tow inside the top 5 now is Nathan Big Art. 5.7 to the inside of the 88. Bumped all the way out, allowing the 01 to catch up behind. John Hammond, 1.3. Hammond up and out. All the drivers are coming for fuel and tires. Here at the tail end of this portion. And lap 10 underway, so we'll see if John Hammond can hold off turn 1. 1:13.34. Caffrey within a second. Goes all the way out to travel the underside of the corner here. The Big Art gets around Strickland. Strickland still trying to hold on to that top 5. Pat Green behind John Hammond. Big Art to the inside of Brian Fine. Up to third. Up and around the bus stop. John Hammond trying to hold off Michael Caffrey. Battle for the lead. Oy vey. The race is on. The race is on. Hammond comes around. Final 2 turns. Can he hold on to it? As Caffrey looks for the corner. John Hammond will be able to surge here. Hammond will get the stage win. That'll be Caffrey, Big Art, Brian Fine, Michael Strickland, your top 5. Big Art just ran his fastest lap of the race, 1:11.53. As there was about to be some lap traffic. Jeff Laraway will be coming around trying to play catch up. That pace car is fast. Holy cow. Evan gets the stage win. And everybody's coming to pit road. Let's do the thing. Do the thing up, mommy. Hey, Watson, thank you very much for the like. Appreciate you very much. Appreciate you all doing the thing.
Do that thing. Do that thing.
Do that thing up, mommy. What?
What?
I'm not going to get into the song. I can't get into the song. Anyway, We'll take a hydrate break. I need to because I need to. I don't know if it's
what kind of
nasal
music
spray.
you're listening to.
It depends on what was playing at the club back in 2000. You know. What was it? What was that? North Carolina. Go on and raise up. Yeah. Remember that, folks? Yeah. I remember that. You're out of mold. All right, drivers are going to be double file. John Hammond, Anthony Crownover, Michael Caffrey, Nathan Bigart. It'll be Brian Fine, Pat Green. Crownover will be your race leader here. Taking fuel only. Maybe to try to discard those tires. Not a bad idea. How you feeling there, Penguin? He's off somewhere.
Hungry?
He's hungry. He's eating. He's eating his food. I had corn dogs. And
I'm
French
having
fries.
hamburgers at the moment.
Nice. You know what I made last night? And I thought about making this for the next blah 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 IRL stream, whatever we want to call it, cooking with Jason. I made smash burger tacos, street tacos.
That sounds good.
Smash burger street tacos.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That sounds really good.
It was pretty snazzy. Well, you can only watch that on Twitch there, folks, if you want to get out there and be a part of that. I appreciate it, of course. Thank you for the hydrate and stretch there, Budgie. I did so. Did you? There, Penguin, did you?
I did too.
You did, okay. Good deal. Good deal, okay.
Yeah, I've got water sitting here, and I had to go to the kitchen to get my burgers.
So we're all stretched out. We're all hydrated up. I had to go and grab some tissue. A little extra sawdust today. Did myself some just now you're hungry. Hey, good. It's my goal. My goal in life is to make gluten-free meals that everybody can eat. I like it. All right, it'll be Anthony Crownover on the inside. Turn one's about to be chaotic one more time. Let's do the thing. Yeah. Let's do it. We're green. Rack up in turn 2. John Hammond, Chris Justice, Cam Dario pile up. Holy cow. Caution's going to be thrown here. That's what I was talking about. I saw it happen to John Hammond. Got turned sideways there. Anthony Crownover, your race leader. Here's what happened. So John Hammond is right somewhere. There's his name.
Sorry, guys. That was... Oops.
John up into the wake, got free. Sideways, the 90 gets into him. The 77, the 14. And just a pile up in the corner when there's that many drivers involved. It's almost necessary. How about Clint Hackett driving through that thing? Yeesh. A caution on a road course. Do that thing. There is Jeremy Bailey. He is going to be in 15th. Kind of want to see what was going on there. Let's see if Jeremy was able to avoid that. Yep. Duck, dodge, dive, dodge ball. David Steiner involved. A lot of damage to be fixed. Man. And then, of course, Clint Hackett's point of view through that caution. Here's what it looked like. Yep. Get up through the gear. Third gear. Rolling. Dove. Oh. He said, oh, man. Oh. Hey. What?
Oops.
Jeez, old Pete. Good man. Oh, wrong button. Yeah, that button. Sorry. No intro. Goodness gracious. Anthony Crownover, your race leader. Holding on to what he's got, doing the thing. Do your thing. Yep. All right. Second caution of the race. Normally we see localized cautions only, but that was a big enough wreck that it clogged up the arteries of turn 2. Yep. And we got some drivers getting the cars worked on. John Hammond, one of those drivers, seeing a little bit of damage. Might have just got about 10 seconds. He really didn't take all that much damage, so he should be okay. Caffrey, on the other hand, he got a little bit of extra. Maybe took a fast repair. David Steiner coming around. He's probably getting as much fixed as possible. Saving that fast repair. You gotta save that fast repair. for the just-in-case scenarios. But he'll go a lap down, according to what I'm seeing here. He is, yeah. All right, crowd over the man. Nathan Bigart, Brian Fine, Michael Strickland, all trying to etch it into stone. Excuse me. Yep. 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 I know, right? It'd be great to see it. It'd be great to see it. Budgie rooting her drivers on. Philip Caffrey back to pit road. Getting a little extra taken care of. Fred Chase, same concept. Brock Duty. Getting a little bit out of left front taken care of. Again, David Steiner. He's going to get the whole thing worked on. Pit road, that's busy. Also, Dub, if you're out there listening, please take and change your pit board. Thank you, sir. Okay. What does the fortune death tell us today? We'll be single file for another lap. Coming around turn 10, turn 11 again. Final couple of corners here. It's a fast running racetrack, but the pace laps are double what the lap times are. But the pace car does run 65 miles an hour. Oh, I guess that's a clear.
I think it runs 60. Yeah, it's 60, not 65.
Oh, well, it's running 65 according to what SDK is doing. Drivers are supposed to maintain 60 miles an hour. Pace car is whipping at nan.
Is the pace? You know what? I'm going to go look.
67
No,
for
it says the
Anthony
pace.
Crown.
It says he's doing 60. It's so crazy.
But if you look at how far ahead, like right now, 62, 60 for Anthony Crowder as they get into the corner. But when they get on the straightaways, that pace car gives a little zip, digitally running, quote, big air quotes, 60 miles an hour. Yeah, it's funny. To me, it's funny. But hey, at least the pace car isn't a solid object like it used to be. Yep. All right. Do this thing again. Come on. Do that thing. Do that thing. Bus stop is massive. All right, turn one. Can I get busy again? To be crowned over Big Art, Brian Fine, Michael Strickland, Michael Matta, Tony Sanders, Jeremy Bailey, Brad Dove, David Rend, and Clint Hackett. Some drivers resting the top 10 outside of the playoffs. Brad Dove, one of those drivers. Clint Hackett up there as well. And Hayden Malcolm doing his thing. Oh, the babe. Can I look at... Yeah, I can look at Barron Stream. Green flag. Got a level 20 hype train going on right now. Holy cow. Whoa! 164. Jeez, oh, Pete. Well, we thought Barron was going to be ending his stream in about 35 hours. He's doing a subathon. He's now at 265 hours, so never mind. Big Art to Crownover, wheel hops. Drivers up and around into the gas. Jeremy Bailey backwards, sideways. Troutman Auto Care on board that driver. Holy goodness gracious. Man, oh man. Big Art stretching his legs. Brian Fine in second. Jeez, Pete, babe.
There was a bumper on the track at the exit of the bus stop. I don't know if you saw that or not.
I did. I don't know whose it belongs to right now. I'm seeing.
I was like, "There's a bumper on the track," and I realized I had my mic muted.
Deborah. Some Deborah. Level 21 hype train. 1,000. Man, oh man, he is flat getting it, folks. If you ever wanted a content creator that you could follow that is just good and wholesome. Besides myself and OTR_Penguin.
No, I'm not wholesome.
The Bearded Baron. Yeah, the Bearded Baron. Just got to get to another 100 subs. 25 subs. Another 10 subs. He's up to, during the subathon, 2,759 subs. 177 hours as it can keep going. So much love to the Bearded Baron. Congratulations on his success. Love to see what he's got going on. Much love to him. Black Rose gifted me a sub to him as well. Much love. Thank you, Black Rose. Anyway, Big Art 3-second lead. Brian Fine having an off track. He's rolling. Anthony Crownover in third. Michael Strickland in fourth. Cam Dario's going to be in fifth. Matt is going to be in sixth. Quintac in seventh at 19 spots. 28 still holding on to his spot. Brad Dove inside the top 10. Brad Dove got through that mess that happened up in turn 2 and has been just fine making it happen. There's a little bit of an extra driver cams. Hold on to your butts. All right, here's a look. Tony Sanders. Oy. And that's where the dang old the Deborah came from. Dang it, Tony.
Oh, it was a quarter, not a bumper.
Yeah, quarter panel.
I'm sorry, I lied.
There it is. Around the corner. Bam! Oh, that's a hard hit. A broken left front tie rod. And extra on there. Hey, at least he was able to make it a pit road. Take that fast repair, get himself out there. Big Iron just ran a 1:11.36, so Clean Air is going to be able to keep him out there. Tony Sanders just ahead of him. Did not go a lap down, but was able to get his fast repair, come back in, but he's in danger of going a lap down right now. Big Iron to Brian Fine. Brian Fine 1:12.36, 5.5 seconds, 24 laps to go. Thank you for the clip of G. I need to get on TikTok. You know what? You know what we're going to do tomorrow? We're going live on TikTok.
What are we going to do tomorrow? Ugh.
I have to do it or I lose my live access. So.
Oh, okay, well.
Tomorrow we're going to get, for just a little bit, we'll go live on TikTok. We're going to go live for 30 minutes. And then I'll be good for 180 days again.
Sideways, sideways, sideways.
Oh, baby. Chris Justice. Clint Hackett. Justice goes to pit road, jumps to it. Oh, man. Here's what happened. Okay, that's part of what happened. Justice went for a pass on Hackett, got into turn 4. Let's far and chase this one. Oh, Clint. Oh, 14 got on the brakes to get into the corner on the 28. Let's see what happened here prior to that. So they were, oh man, Chris Justice sent it into turn 1. He's behind Brad Dove. So, I mean, I'm glad he made it into this corner, but watch the braking zone. Clint drops into the corner. Justice up and out. Tries to take 2 for 1 here. Clint Hackett up into the S's here. 14, a little free. 28 got a little free, so little wiggles out of both drivers. 14 looking to get into the braking zone. 28 still there. 14 comes across the nose of the 28. And the 28 getting into the braking zone. 14 just kind of wouldn't clear. Oh, man. I hate it for both of them. There's Nate. 22 to go. He was a strong favorite to win this race. Brian Fine at second. It's like Philip Caffrey's going to be a lap down here. Doubling up the brakes. And the rotors doth glow. Right over to Strickland. Strickland right behind Anthony. Anthony able to hold on even with older tires. I think the older tires might are making this race interesting right now. Because the fall off really isn't all that much. Bigart just able to run 112s. Right now, Strickland to Cam Dario. Playoff drivers 1st through 7th. Brad Dove in 8th. We'll see David Duran cresting the corner. Michael Caffrey to the inside of Matta.
I honestly think that it's going to be dependent on if you're locking up your brakes in the corners or not.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to roll them correctly, your tires may hold up the whole race, but they're going to be beat up at the end.
Yeah, Cranover does a great job. He does race in the GT3 series. He's learned quite a bit about road series racing. But Watkins Glen is a NASCAR favorite. And if you can manage the heat in your tires, if you can manage traffic, you can manage yourself, you'll be fine. Stryker goes to 3rd. Cranover does go back to 5th here. But, you know, he's led some laps. He's got some bonus points. You know, stage win, again, goes to John Hammond, who's back at 14th right now. He's got a little right front damage. He's trying to get up and into this corner. Has a little bit more pace and about 3 or 4 drivers ahead of him. Brad Dove just ran a 1:17.02. Derek Wegman giving him a shot in the bumper there as they get up through the S's. So Pat Green has gotten around Brad Dove. Derek Wegman in the 39. We'll see it happen. Jason Day. He's one of those playoff drivers that we like to talk about. He's doing the thing. Do that thing. Yeah. You can see how bumpy the car is on his triples there. Just watch. He's right there behind Wegman. He's looking. He's searching. He's like, there's a hole here somewhere. Gets into the corner. Turning out, straightens the car up. If he had a horn, he'd be like, excuse me. And these things don't have headlights. Mr. Justice DC'd from the driver cam. He DC'd from the race, too. Rotors are glowing. Big Hart is winning. Brian Fine just ran his fastest lap of the race. He is behind the 7 of Tony Sanders here. 8 seconds and losing some time here. Tony Sanders trying to hold on. Big Art. Straightaway away from Brian Fine, who is behind Tony Sanders. Now, this is NASCAR. Every position matters. And your traditional road course rules really don't apply. They kind of do, but they kind of don't. 7.57. Brian Fine, 8.6. Trying to close back in. Last lap for Big Art, 1:12.34. Brian Fine, 1:12.06 was the lap before, 1:13.38. Stryker, 1:12.46. Ian Camderio actually catching Brian Fine right now, 2.7 the gap. So we'll see if Stryker is going to be able to do anything here up through the S's. Greg Bridge Jr. leaving pit road for the number 3 car on lap 24 with 19 laps to go. The racing doth be strong. It doth be strong. What we haven't used in a while? I'm looking at. You know what? Turn 2, the second caution. You know what that was today? Emotional damage. We're good though. We're good. Just playing Power Wash Simulator. Ay, ay, ay. Thank you, Badgie. There it is. We haven't heard any sounds in a hot minute. We'll want to see it. Yeah, so if you're out there watching after the race on Twitch, I want to make sure that I send you guys over to Baron so you guys can go celebrate with him. Give him some bits. Help increase his timer to 17 months. You know, make him stream forever. Those kind of things. But I also, sometime this weekend, besides gaming with the Jess, I'm probably going to get in and RP it up. It's about time. It's time. I've been working on the Red M server. I had to boost it today because, well, I didn't realize Red M was so CPU intensive. And then 5M should be up hopefully within the next 2 weeks. Hopefully. I'm rocking with it. Rocking with it. All right, throw the excited cams on, see all the little battles. Be back. We'll take a moment here. 17 laps to go.
Would
Man,
you?
buttons work. Big Art, 14-second lead over Brian Fine. Michael Strickland in third. Penguins looking as snazzy as ever. Cam Dario.
Not bad.
I know, right? It's insane. Cam Dario's in fourth. Anthony Crownover comfortable in fifth right now. Caffrey is not far off, about 11 and a half seconds back. This race is spread out. Brian Rayburn, last driver on the lead lap. Keeping everybody honest. Jeremy Bailey.
A couple more shots and you might be cute.
Maybe. Jeremy Bailey, first driver off the lead lap. Maybe. I didn't shave my legs today, so we're good. Stryker catching up to Brian
Whiskey
Fine
goggles
today.
don't care about shaved legs.
It's got a mustache. Stryker trying to close back in, and with 10 laps to go, that's your battle right there for the top three. Second place for Brian Fine. Cam Dario looking on, and see a little bit of that gap close back in as well. Caffrey 112.57. It's a little free out of the bus stop area into the carousel section or the outer loop. Going to have the 7 just ahead. Does have his eyes set on this driver here, but does he have enough time to do it? 9 laps to go. Nathan Bigard, 14.4 second lead. Brian Fine trying to stretch here. Hot tires, matching lap times for Brian Fine and Michael Strickland, separated by about 7/100th of a second, almost 6/100ths of a second. Hayden Malcolm had an off track there. Has Brian Rayburn all over his back bumper. Justice able to lead pit road. He's going to be 12 laps down, but was able to get a spot there. So he's going to be running what he can. Philip Caffrey. He's got a good look going on. Jeff Laraway, the 71 and 23rd. He's the first driver 2 laps down. Philip Caffrey, 30 seconds of closing to that driver. Jerry Culver working. Jeremy Bailey. Oh no, Bailey with an off track. Hayden Malcolm, Derek Wegman as well. Here's what happened to Mr. Bailey. Mr. Bailey giving the pace, giving the speed. Gets around Brian Fine. Stryker gets in the back bumper of Jeremy Bailey. I'm not sure. Trying to see what was going on here. I got to go far chase. So 5-7 to the back bumper of the 15. Right here. Up through the corner. 5-7 goes to the outside. 15. Heads out. Gets under the brakes. Gets free. And Stryker, not seeing him slow down as much as he did. Cam Dario able to get around. So Cam Dario now a 3-second deficit here. Stryker with some significant nose damage. Had a battle going on for second, so Brian Fine can breathe now. John Hammond, so Derek Wegman coming to pit road as well. John Hammond had an off track. He's got some right front damage going on there. Here's what happened with that. Oh, man. Matta and Hammond. Corner exit. Let's take a look. Oh. Both drivers up through the carousel section. Hammond worked the outside lane, able to get the drive off. Turns into the corner. Was clean through the section. A little bit free. Matta went to the outside. John's just free right there. Matta, little touch, but he's fine. I tell you what, just unfortunate. So Brad Dubb inside the top 10. Fred Chase trying to close that time down. Dubbs is able to keep it clean. So a big shout out to Dubb. He's keeping it honest right now. 2 spots. Bigard 16.8 second lead over Brian Fine. Cam Dario 3 seconds the gap between he and Brian Fine. 2 seconds back is Michael Strickland. 5 seconds back from there is Anthony Crownover. Michael Caffrey 12 seconds back from there. Sees Tony Sanders to his outside. And Jeremy Bailey just ahead of 15. Caffrey way off the racing surface. He's going to wheel hop across the grass. Trying to keep himself clear from some of the drivers out there. Lap traffic not making it easy for anybody. Jason Day ahead of David Wren has Pat Green in his sights. The top 9 all playoff drivers again. Top 12 will carry on after the rest of the race here. All the things. I better not be muted. It was maximum effort. So Cam Dario trying to close in. He went from 3 to 2 seconds now, the gap. We'll see if he's going to be able to do anything. There's John Hammond. Cam Dario to the outside. Coming around where the boot section meets up with the back straightaway. John Hammond, who won the stage, sits 14th right now. He's got some right front missing. And he locks up the tires, gets into the grass there, gets into the gravel. Trying to hold on to what he has. See Anthony Crownover into the corner. He's got to come get that fast repair. The car cannot drive. Matt is going to be able to go around. Bigart, 19-second lead. Brian Fine. Now seeing Cam Dario closing the gap, 13:87. The last lap for Brian Fine, 13:05 for Cam Dario. Up through into the back straightaway onto the bus stop or the carousel, however you want to look at it. Cam Dario trying to keep it nice and tidy to be able to make this one work. Stryker still there as well. He's got some nose damage, but there's some turning sections here. Stryker's last lap 1:14.09. Crownover 1:13.52. Closed in some of that gap. 4 laps to go. Caffrey's going to be in 6th. Pat Green in 7th. And Fred Chase back here in the 94. It's 7 seconds between he and Brad Dove. The 94 off the racing surface sees Brock Duty just behind. Brock Duty, a non-playoff driver. Fred Chase, a playoff driver. Some nose damage on the front of that car as well. Aiden Malcolm up 12. Oh, thank you, Budgie. You're fine. Yeah. Be 3 to go. Brad Dove is in 10th, so Bigart has lapped through 10th. Able to keep himself out of the messes. Brian Fine, 19.2. Cam Dario in 3rd. Stryker in 4th. Anthony Crownover in 5th. This will change the playoffs drastically for a lot of drivers. Massive, massive, massive. All right, remember Twitch, if you're out there watching, keep watching. We're going to stream. We're going to raid you guys out at the end of the stream over to the Bearded Baron. You guys can go celebrate. He just hit his all-time high of subs. And it's pretty awesome. So we'll like to send our support to even bigger content creators than I. Right now, there's Jerry Culver. Nathan Bigart. Bigart with 3 laps to go. Got to just be patient here. The 75 there as well. Or, not 75, the 5.5 of John Hammond. It's 2 1/4. Still some right side damage on that car. Keeping that car rolling, doing what he can. Got a drive-through penalty, maybe too many incident points. We'll see. 0-1 to the 3. Everybody Hartman, Rayburn jumping to pit road. Two laps to go for the 0-1. It's been a pretty calm night. It's also road course racing. Chop Racing is going to be taking a week off for the Cup Series. They will be back in 2 weeks according to what I'm seeing. The special event they had tomorrow is going to be postponed until they could make it. So I credited their truck series that's coming up here very soon. So yeah, they're going to be off next Friday. They'll come back at Atlanta on May 2nd, Miami at May 9th, and then be Pocono, Bristol, Michigan, and then Phoenix. So this series coming to a close on the Friday nights very, very soon. All the time. Bigart, 22nd lead. Cam Dario to Brian Fine, 1.3, 2 laps to go. But Nathan Bigart will come around. He'll take the white flag. We'll see David Moran behind Jason Day. It's a battle for 8th right here. Pat Green and Jason Day close enough here. Pat Green has worked himself to 7th. Jason Day comfortable where he's at. David Moran just ahead of Nathan Bigart. Bigart up and around the corner for the final time. Up to the S's. John Hammond trying to do what he can here. Continue to keep that lap going. See Philip Caffrey, one of the drivers that's going to be on the same segment as he, Craig Bridge Jr. as well. But Bigart behind the 71 of Jeff Laraway. Laraway 3 laps down. Bigart around the corner. Brian Fine to Cam Dario. Last-ditch effort for these drivers up into the carousel section. Back. I tell you what, Cam might send it for this final lap. We'll see if he's going to be able to do so. The battle for second, 20 seconds back, is just as interesting as anything going on. But Nathan Bigart, he's going to win. But the race is on for second. Can Cam Dario get one more corner out of this? I don't think he's got enough to close. 1.2, got a little bit free on the corner exit. Michael Strickland will finish in 4th, it looks to be. Brian Fine, comfortable, able to hold on to it. He is going to have about a second the difference. 5-7 is going to finish 2nd. Cam Dario will finish 3rd. Strickland will come around. He'll finish in 4th, but Anthony Crownover had kept it close, and he did it on a set of tires. Michael Caffrey finishes, look to finish 6th. Jason Day and Pat Green within a half second here. Can Jason Day get one more spot? See if he can get into the braking zone a little bit deeper here. Try to challenge. Can he challenge? 90, I think, has got it. I think Pat Green's going to be fine. Jason Day off corner. Drives it in. Pat Green will come home 7th. Caffrey again 6th. And a good battle there for 7th and 8th. David Arand with those final corners as well. Brad Dove is a lap down. First driver a lap down. And we'll finish in 10th. So Dove having a clean night, which is saying something. So Bigart gets the win. As the race results will show up on your screen. Good night. Bigart with the EOL goes to the front and dominates this race in the latter portion of the race with a stage win going to John Hammond. Brian Fine's going to be 2nd. Cam Dario 3rd. Michael Strickland, Anthony Crownover, your top 5. Caffrey, Pat Green, Jason Day, David Arand, Brad Dove, your top 10. Brock Duty, Fred Chase, Hayden Malcolm, Tony Sanders, and Michael Maddox, your top 15. Clint Hackett, Jeremy Bailey, Craig Bridge Jr. And then the rest of your race results there. It'll be Jerry Culver, John Hammond, Philip Caffrey, Jeff Laraway, Brian Rayburn, Derek Wegman, Chris Justice, and David Steiner. Penguin and I did not count. I mean, we count. We count in our own way. You know what I mean? Yeah. We love Penguin. Penguin's good people. Taking to the Chopp'N It Up podcast, of course, for bringing out the Chop Shop Racing Cup Series. And I want to thank, of course, all the drivers for being out there. And thank you to Stay Tuned Sports and that podcast, an absolute legendary podcast. Make sure that you check out all the sponsors of Chop Shop Racing and join their Discord to join any one of these series. We'll talk to Nathan Bigart, a calm night, able to get through the carnage in the first part of the race and walk away from the field. A favorite to win this race. It's just kind of happenstance when it comes to the road courses.
Yeah, absolutely. What a wild race, man. And this thing had everything, I think. was able to get the pole, but knew that I had that penalty to start in the back. But just good pit box for later on made me feel good. Maybe extra point for grabbing the pole, and then just starting in the back, just trying to be safe, and make it through there as quick as possible because the stage was fast, 10 laps, and really had to get some work done real fast to get up there, and definitely pushed not too hard in the sense of being in any danger, but just pushed hard, ran some hard laps, had some fun, came up through the field real fast. A lot of incidents tonight. Obviously, it's road course racing. No, we're not all professionals at that for sure. And it's difficult out here. Getting side by side 3 wide is crazy. But yeah, got up there. I think I got up to 3rd for the stage, and then knew from there it was just long run. Try to limit myself, not get a cramp. There's so much braking in this, and hard braking, especially in this car, that your leg can really start to cramp up. So just tried to take care of it, lifted a little earlier, just tried to stay smooth. Went real hard for a few laps, trying to get a gap, and that was basically my game plan, was once I got the lead, just try to build a gap, and then I could cruise from there and take care of myself. But wild to have a caution after the restart at the top of the hill, man. What a crazy spot.
It's the first time I've seen that. And when it comes to localized cautions, I've never seen a league ever utilize the one rule. It's localized cautions unless something goes wrong. And you guys had completed a lap, and that's what's insane about it. You completed a lap, and then turn 2 goes insane.
Yeah, you're pushing, tires just quite aren't warm yet. And I get it, man. I felt the car doing some funky things at the same exact spot, so I was not surprised that someone had an issue. And, John, he spoke up and called himself on it. Respect there for, taking ownership of the incident, but it could have happened to anybody. Like I said, them cold tires felt weird at the top of the hill. But yeah, it was different to see an actual real caution for incident. Let everyone, get their car fixed. Luckily, we all had a fast repair tonight, so everyone, was still in it, and stack them back up again and go for another round. And just a great run after that for me. I'm very happy with tonight.
I couldn't and say it was going to be any less expected. I think that's kind of how I would see it at this point as far as road course racing. But we're going to take a week off and then, jump back on the racing surface. We're going to Atlanta, where the super speedway package on that racetrack could actually get stretched out in this next gen car.
Yeah, it's a fun track, and especially in this car, I think the tires wear, it becomes real fun. The draft is huge. Who you can work with, who can hold a great line, who can push you, who likes to get pushed. It becomes, working together in that scenario and just staying out of trouble. Same as tonight, just trying to stay out of trouble. I think that's every week, actually. You got to be there at the end. So that's what we're going to shoot for next week, is just stay out of trouble until the end of it. Maybe the last, 20 laps, go hard and see what we can get out of it.
Yeah, it's a super speedway, so it could be anybody's day, could be anybody's issue, and it's insane. All right, we got some severe weather coming our way, so I'm making driver interviews just a little bit shorter tonight. Normally we just talk for hours, and I'd be good with it. But Nate, congratulations on the victory here. Continue it on to the playoffs with a little momentum here with the victory. Give your shout outs, brother.
Yeah, just give a shout out to you, Jason, Signature Esports, doing a broadcast, making us look great like always. Shout out to Penguin for doing the RC tonight, being on top of that accident, throwing the caution. A lot of respect shown there. Really appreciate him, everything he does for the league, all the admins of the league, especially John and Stryker. They do a lot for us. Like I said, shout out to John for owning the mistake tonight. It shows a lot of heart and respect and ownership of your mistakes when you can, just call yourself on it, and really appreciate that. It shows me a lot. I like it. Shout out to the sponsor of the league, the Chopp'N It Up podcast. just give a shout out to everybody out there. Happy holiday this weekend, and enjoy your time with your families. I got mom here visiting with me right now. She's watching the broadcast, so shout out to her. Number one fan. Love you, mom.
Hi, Nate's mom. One day we're gonna meet. It's getting. It's just gotta happen. Maybe I. It can't happen this year, but maybe next year we take a period where Jess and I, Cody will be old enough to be able to do so, where we travel this summer and hit some of the major zones of racing and meet people. I think that's our game plan. That's what we want to. That's my retirement.
Absolutely.
That's
I
what
know there's
wanna
a
do.
few of us Chop Shop guys. We're gonna meet up for the Vegas race in the fall. So
Very cool. I'm gonna be at Kansas, and I've told everybody that can make it that's around this area. We're gonna be at Kansas for the playoffs. So if anybody wants to meet us out there, they can, show up to the racetrack, and you'll see me. I look the same as I have for the last 20 years. All right, brother. Well, we'll see you. Good luck in the rest of your races this week. I know that we got some off time coming up.
Enjoy the holiday.
That is a happy Easter to you as well. Mr. Big Art comes home in Victory Lane. Mr. Brian Fine, he's next. I was not. I saw you bounce out, and I was like, no. No, we're good. Come back. Because a lot of people are watching the stream, and they'll be like, oh, what he says, he's gonna. No, I'm just making interviews a little bit shorter. Normally, I sit here and I ask like 9,000 questions to understand the racetrack. Nathan's a big old animal, but you had a great race yourself. Congratulations on a P2 tonight. A battle was brewing, and then all of a sudden, Stryker gave you some breathing room because a little bit of lap traffic got in the way there a little bit. But oh man, talk to me about it.
Yeah, it was a great run tonight. I was getting ready to switch rooms, and I left the server accidentally. So I was like, "Oh crap, what do I do?" Luckily, I found the Chop Shop server. Got back in. Now Nate is a beast when it comes to road course racing. When I grow up, I wish I want to be like him one day.
His road iRating is somewhere in the 4,000+ or something like that. So, you guys are animals anyway when it comes to iRacing. But I'll tell you what, you guys still make it. You make it look easier, right? I think that's that. I know it's tough. I know these cars are a handful on this racing surface, but I will tell you that there's an inkling for these cars on this racetrack. Between this racetrack at Watkins Glen and the Chicago Street Course, you can't ask for better racing out of this car.
Yeah, the racing by far tonight was really good. The car worked very well. Struggled a little bit up on the S part coming uphill. A lot of guys were a lot stronger. But just overall good run tonight. Nate, class of the field, shout out to him. I want to be like him, run like him, do this, do that. And, when I led him by, it was like, okay, what can I do to get better? And he was too quick. He was gone, blink of an eye. So, settle for second, just try to keep my pace, try to keep the speed. And it all worked out. We were solid top 5 car tonight, I would say. Just luck of the draw. And, that wreck with Hammond coming up the hill, he got loose. And I thought, oh boy, it's going to get tight. And luckily we made through it.
Which is good because a good stage finish. So there's your stage points that you need, especially when the field is as spread out as it is right now. You came in tied for 8th with 8 other drivers for there, 9 other drivers for that. Try to bite for that spot. But now you've been able to separate yourself. You finished second. That's a good night in points. It's a good night for. A good night for the cause because that it could have went in any direction when it comes to this kind of road course racing.
Yeah, I mean, I had this race circled on the schedule, to do well, start with the playoffs. With us going to Atlanta Super Speedway racing, that's a crapshoot. Miami, that's another highline track like Auto Club again. These next two races, it's minimal mistakes. You need to be up on the bar, especially running with guys like Strickland, David, Nate, Anthony. It's just consistency more than anything. And, tonight was good, but, we got to keep pushing.
It was a good night. It was a good night. We talk about Atlanta, and you got to have friends within, but you got to be able to get like, and I'll reference what Nate said. 20 laps to go. You're pretty much you're standing on it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're standing on it. It's Atlanta. New Atlanta is another plate track. Try to stay out of trouble, but also be aggressive. And that's a fine line, especially when you're in the first round of the playoffs. Guys like them, with big playoff points, they got a mulligan. Me coming in late, with consistent runs and trying to get up here to the top, I got to be a little bit more conservative. Um, if we plan on to attack, we better do it, especially right before the next round.
Well, you got 2 races to do it, and then after that, the racing just gets harder and the points get tighter. That's the way it is. Brian, congratulations on a P2 tonight. Watkins Glen was kind to you. You were kind to it. Give you shout outs, my friend.
Watkins Glen is never nice to me, but shout out to Watkins Glen for being nice to me tonight. Shout out to my wife and my daughter. Let me come play with the boys tonight. You guys up in the booth, you're doing a fabulous job. Penguin, I'm so happy you're getting better compared to last week. Your voice sounds wonderful. Shout out to the league, sponsors, Chop It Up, my sponsors, all that kind of jazz. So let's go enjoy Easter and let's take a week off and regroup.
Yeah, it's the best way to put it because I got some eggs to go in color. That's for sure. Actually, we've got about 5 inches of rain to dodge. That's what I'm going to be doing for the next 2 days.
I'm not that far behind you in Oklahoma. We're expecting some severe weather, so luckily we got this race in the night before the bad storms come in.
Yeah, it's already raining up here right now. So you guys can please divert the tornadoes. We don't need any of those anymore.
Negative Ghost Rider. We don't need the one like we had 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
but hey, hold on.
It makes me want to play. I have a game that I have on Steam. It's called Outbreak. It is a tornado chasing game. It just makes me want to play that game every time that I see those supercells kind of wrap up through Oklahoma and come up to the Lake of the Ozarks. I'm like, oh, here we go. But yeah, no. Be safe, of course. When it comes to the severe weather, want to make sure everybody makes it home safe.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
You too. Brian Fine comes home. P number 2 tonight. Cam Dario P3. He usually has his kiddos at the end of the race. And Cam, fantastic race. Congratulations. Up 7 spots. How about your hard charger tonight's Brock Duty up 17. Able to work through and keep it nice, cool, calm, and collected. So we'd like to see that happen. We'd like to see the drivers do the thing. How about Nathan Bigart, though, from New Hampshire? Getting it knocked down. Stage win. And Mr. John Hammond, the Hammond man, the Avon Lake, Ohio driver. I'm glad to see that he was able to at least finish the race, even though, man, oh man, those new tires, it really did bite the bullet. And by Anthony Crownover running this race on 1 set of tires, that's impressive in itself. So, folks, be good, be safe, be kind. Another happy Easter to each and every one of you. If I don't see you, please make sure that you stick around, and I'm gonna raid out to everybody. Be safe dealing with the weather. I'm gonna raid out on Twitch. We're gonna send you over to the Bearded Baron because we love the dude. Hopefully, you guys can give some love to him and give him some cool stuff. So We appreciate everybody. Happy Easter. And if I don't see you, go give some love. He's up to 303 hours, so give him some love. Out on twitch.tv/signature esports. Give us a follow over there and make sure that you go over there and you talk to the Baron and the Baroness and say hi to Jess for me. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Be good. We'll see you to the next one. Peace.